Project background. The project is about the construction of a public library at Danau Kota. Our client is the Department of Valuation and Property Management DBKL. The project cost the client over 4 million ringgit. And it covers the gross floor area of 1,264 meters square. This project involves a single-story reinforced concrete library with a lending library, librarian, meeting room, administrative office, children's corner, open reading area, classroom, computer room, washrooms, and prayer rooms, which are also connected to roadwork, parking lots, and a guardhouse. Firstly, let's look into the work program. The preparation of work program can be divided into three main processes. First, identify all the activities. Next, analysis duration for each activities. Third, plot the duration from the start date to the end date of the work. Summary of work program. Most of the substructure will begin from week 3 until week 9. The work for substructure are piling, pile caps, ground beam, ground floor slab, apron, trench and ramp. The works will took around 7 weeks to accomplish. Finishes and services works will begin after the overall of the superstructure is completed. The earliest work will be done as the ramp finishes begin at week 12. At the end of week 23, air conditioning and ventilation system will be done and all the works were accomplished. Next, we will be looking into the S-curve analysis. The S-curve for cash flow is often created during the pre-contract stage, to give the client an overview on the forecast of the periodic construction costs, for purposes such as obtaining loans, monitoring the contractor and bank, managing cash and resources, and more. The line in the graph form S-curve, which summarizes the expenditure of the contractor throughout the duration of the construction project. The S-curve shows that the cumulative cost of the construction project increases slowly and steadily during the early stages of the project. This is because the amount of work involved is small, and the enabling works, such as site preparation and setting out, are not very costly. There is a lot of overlap in the work during the middle stage of construction, which leads to higher costs, and a steep increase in the cumulative cost, from week 16 to week 20. Starting from week 21, the growth of the cumulative construction cost starts to slow down, until it ceases at the time when the project has been completed, which is week 24. This is because by week 21, most of the significant work has been completed, and only a small amount of remaining services and external works are needed. The labor required during this final phase is not as intensive, and many materials and tradespeople are no longer needed on site, which results in a lower cost. Lastly, we will be looking into the resources scheduling. First resources that we will look into is the material. Material scheduling consists of required building materials to complete the construction project. It avoids any shortages of material that could affect the project time. Material scheduling also helps in getting accurate cost estimates, and avoid any cost overruns. Let's look into the first material, which is concrete. For this project, it uses the grade 25 concrete. According to JKR 2015, a mixture of 1 meter cube concrete grade 25 required 361 kg of cement, 0.48 meter cube of sand, 0.74 meter cube of aggregates and 150 liter of water. The highest usage of concrete in this project is on the element ground floor slab. The lowest was on the construction of doors. Concrete usage started on week 7 until week 19. Next material is brick. There are 2 thickness of bricks used, which are 1 brick wall and half brick wall. The construction of the elements that used bricks only takes 5 weeks. For both thickness, internal walls use the greatest number of bricks. 32,880 pieces of bricks in 1 brick wall, with 13.7 cubic meters of mortar, and 107,460 pieces of bricks in half brick wall, with 53.73 cubic meters of mortar. Let's move to the next topic. Labor scheduling. The main purpose of the labor scheduling is to make well planning on the human resources throughout the construction project. It can maximize the productivity as it can reduce overworkers or underworkers. It also allows all workers to know the ongoing construction works and who is involved in that work. Let's look into the first labor. Barbender. They involve in cutting and bending reinforcement steel bars according to requirements as in the drawings and bending schedules. Reinforcement work will start from week 4 until the week 17, which take around 13 weeks to complete the installation of reinforcement. Each week requires 2 bar benders at the site. Moving on. Concreter gang. Concreters' works include mixing and pouring the concrete on construction site. They also working with a concrete pump to pour the concrete directly from a concrete truck. In this project, concreter gang are needed from week 4 until week 17, which involve 4 concreter gang members in each week. And the next one is machinery scheduling. Excavator. From week 1 until week 9, 2 excavator was used for preliminary excavation. The site must be thoroughly inspected to ensure that the surrounding natural habitat and artifacts survived the excavation process before significant earthworks excavation can start. Piling rig. Piling rig is utilized in foundation projects. It is frequently employed for foundation reinforcement, diaphragm walls, and cast-in-place piles. From week 3 to week 9, a piling rig used for sewerage, surface water drainage, and substructure construction.